Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to my PGA Tour 2K25 journey in the career mode here. Obviously using these as we have for quite some time to fill in the gaps between TGC Tours events. So hope you're enjoying these and following along. We're here for the second round of the Legends Championship in our first PGA Tour season. Some good boosts that we've gotten from our training, and we're going to see if we can continue our pretty solid run here and defend our first place position. So looks like wind is low. All right, so back here at the course. Projected cut 8 over. Will Zalatoris, our rival, sitting there at even. We've got people hot on our trail here. So while 7 under may have seemed solid, as you can see, not that much of a victory. And at this point, Xander Schauffele, which is, I think, the second place yearly score that we have. So if you know, kind of the overall standings, Xander's right there in third. So definitely nipping at our heels here, and Tiger Woods is making an appearance. Look at that, 7th position. All right, so low wind is always a good thing. All right, good start. So continuing the way I've always played, I know there's been some, you know, it kind of is always when you're not doing perfectly or great or whatever, or even remotely competently. So I don't want to imply that, you know, it's not warranted that people give me feedback like, hey, this is what you're doing wrong, whatever. But I don't do any warm-ups. I don't do whatever. Like, I haven't played in a couple days. That swing you saw was the first swing I've taken in 2 days. So I don't do any practice swings. I don't do whatever. My whole point is I want to get myself, you know, if you want to call it my training regimen, I want to get myself to the point where I just execute that way. Not that I need to warm up or I need to stretch my thumb or whatever. Like, I should be able to pick up the controller and execute. So that is what I'm doing. It doesn't always turn into, probably rarely turns into a all-perfect swing in the beginning, but just calling that out just because I know I've been asked and so forth. So a lot of yakety yak for that, so I apologize. Ooh, little far. All right, probably should have known better, honestly, but I didn't. So now we'll just get close, and so again, just the flick of the wrist. Nice and close, that's for sure. Less than a foot, not less than a foot, but a foot. So we don't have the spread leg thing where you can't, it doesn't even let you turn, where it's just like, you can't miss this at all. I'm not going to let you. At a foot, I could still screw it up. All right, so a nice par, always like that. We're going to stay on the top of the hill, because obviously it's going to roll down. All right, we've lost some power. Interesting trajectory to some degree. Because, yeah, I mean, it's a 1 mile an hour breeze. That should not cause that kind of a flow. But anyway, way downhill. So that's going to give us 12 yards. That's going to put us at 190, basically. That's a long way back, though. Because a 7-iron isn't going to roll that much, so we're gonna try to kind of partial it. Not that good with that. All right, well, we got the perfect. kind of arced appropriately. Let's see. All right, I'd say that wasn't bad. Obviously, if I hadn't gone back to 98%, I'd be, probably another 3 or 4 yards further. All right, I think if it's gonna go, it's gonna actually go that way. So I'm gonna, I don't know. Oh, come on. I agree. Oh, I mean, I had a 9% pull, but oof. I mean, my putting is rarely perfect, so yeah, it's just a bit. That's all I can say there. All right. Definitely gonna pull this back. All right, a little bit of a push, but hopefully not enough to miss the green. All right, we're caught on the edge. Distance not bad. I'll take that one. All right, again, a little bit. I'm gonna go a little beyond the hole. Should be good. All right. Finally, getting a birdie. All right. So it's interesting that the second place person does not appear to be playing with me. Although we're on the second round, so I suppose, yeah, that usually doesn't start to happen until we're past cut day. So that actually is probably what we're seeing. All right, I'm gonna actually go back to the 5-wood, and it's more important to end up on the green. It's gonna be tricky to be near the hole, so let's just shoot for the green. All right, hopefully. I think it's not bad that way. Yep, we have got solid greenage. Because, yeah, if we were shooting at the hole, we would have ended up square in the bunker with that shot, the way that was playing out. All right, again, this is one of my harder shots. Just struggle with this, and I still didn't go enough. But should set me up for a pretty solid birdie attempt. Again, 2 feet now. Super difficult. All right. So, let's see if we can get a daily quest. A little bit of VC every time. That is our goal. Our goal is simple. 21,000 VC by October 29th. Singularly focused. Obviously, playing good golf is probably a good thing to focus on too, but, you know, we do what we can. All right. So, if I do this and then do this, let's see. Let's try that. No, let's go back, because we're on a downhill. This might still be too far, even with the wind. All right, perfect transition. All right, so not bad. I'll take that one. I'd say that's a decent approach. 8 feet away. Go a little past the hole. Oh, come on. See, this is the problem. This is why I don't aim past the hole normally. But then when I do, it then rolls more. What do I do? What's a man to do? I don't understand. Golf is so challenging. It's definitely something that... That's why it's a game that's enjoyable, because you just never know. I mean, you'll have an off day, you'll have a good day, you'll have a bad day, you'll have one of those days. I don't know. All right, 97%. That's actually probably not a bad call. Yeah, all right. It kind of deadened up pretty fast. Ooh, a little rough. You probably even heard the stick there. I like yanked it forward. I'm like, what is going on there? But it worked. So we'll go with it. I guess I didn't mess up myself too much. All right, we're 20 feet up, which is going to be basically 7 yards. But again, it's a wood, so it's going to have some run here. So it was like, do I do a choked up 3 wood or do I do this? Obviously, I've chosen to do this. We're hitting the front. So that'll deaden it a little bit, but yeah, I'd say that was a pretty decent approach. You could stop rolling. That would be even better. What is going on? Come on. How is that shot going to end up off the green? You are kidding me. Awfulness. Alright, we need to get up. And, we could wave at the hole as we went by. Alright, well, the good news is nobody's catching me yet. The better news is I don't see Xander? I don't see Xander Schauffele in the top 5. So something has happened to him. Bit of a pull. But we're still where we need to be. Alright, 7 up. So it's going to pull me back. This should be okay. Again, it's a little downhill, so I'm going to get a little juice from that. Ooh. 2 pluses is never good. Those add together. Oh boy, we're going to be in the little divotty pit. Maybe not even on the green. Not on the green at all. Wow. Wow. Well, that one was painful. Alright, so we are 5 feet up. On an uphill. Alright, kind of in the vicinity, I'd say. That was a decent recovery. We'll go with that and say, yay. Alright. So 10 under. Gotta stay double under. Oh, there's Xander in 4th. He's reappeared. So no such luck that he's vanished from my sights. Oh boy. Really big open. Didn't quite roll myself out there. So, remember what I said a few holes ago about, golf just changing on a whim? Here we go. It's light rough. I don't think this is going to make it. But I don't think... I don't know. Sometimes that really hurts. I think I'm going to stick with the 4-iron and come what may. We tend to have less of a percentage decrease with the irons than the woods off of a non-tee. So I think that's definitely the better call. Again, we're uphill, but this is now 4 yards less, so I'm not quite going to go the whole way. Alright, 97, a little lighter than I would have liked, but they are very happy for me. Alright. Okay, 4 birds in the front. I enjoy that. Oh, Xander's back up to 3rd. I tempted the ghost, man. I did. I called him out, heckled him, and he said, yeah, let me show you, dude. So, yeah, I better be a little too cocky for me, so I probably maybe deserve that. All right, it's kind of at the pin. A little bit of a lie. I'd say that's all right. A little bit of an open. I think we're okay. All right. Where is that gonna place us? Pretty straight on. Oof, moved a bit, but not enough, so we were able to convert. Don't hit any hazards, it says. All right. We're going to lose about 4. We're going to gain 2 with the wind. So we're just going to let her rip. Nice rip. A little bit of a push pulling me back. Yeah, 5-iron I knew would have some kind of a good hop and roll. Oh, look at this. We're getting some benefit here. Maybe. It kind of took us on a curve that almost put us on another slope. Ay. That is a tricky little lie on that green there is. No. Alright. I'm like, it didn't look and then it slowed down. Wow. Alright, well, Will is 2 under. He's not giving up. But I am making it a challenge for him, which is good. And right now I am spreading myself from the field a bit. Again, it's early, so I don't want to, again, get too sure. I'm just going to make sure. Although, well, let's see. 10 yards. I think I'm going to end up too far. Maybe not. So I'm glad I kept it full, because we theoretically gain 13. Alright. Okay. So, I look brilliant, but I'm not, as you know. That's why I'm up front with kind of thinking out loud. So that you don't think, oh my goodness, he made such a great play for what he, a great call for what he does. Knowing that he's always usually not hitting a good rhythm. He played for that. No, I kind of didn't. But, I mean, maybe subconsciously, obviously, I was like, oh, I don't want to make it that I have to make a perfect shot. I mean, there was definitely some of that going on. But, alright. So, this hole is painful to me. Like, the way that river goes, the angle it goes, it just sucks me in. I'm loving the pin position here because I'm not really in any danger of hitting the water. I mean, I'd have to really blow it, I think. Alright, perfect transition. I am trying something a little different in my swings, my partials. I'm still, because I used to kind of actually partial swing. I didn't move the stick all the way down. I'm trying to do that now and just moving up quicker. And it seems to work. So maybe that has been a bit of what's making my, because otherwise that's what's making my consistency of the swing path challenging on partials, because I'm kind of out there in the open air with my swing the way I've been doing it, where otherwise I'm hitting the housing for a 100% swing, and I'm better than that with the partials. So yeah, so same problem, just difficult, but this is the best we can do. Alright, again, 2 pluses don't make a right. Oh, we gonna stay on? Look at that, I really didn't think we'd hit the green. I mean, did we really hit the green? Hello? Feel like I guess that's what it said to do, was 84%. Man, we still rolled by. Wow, did we roll by. Holy. I didn't think I'd have any hope of even getting there. Okay. Well, this makes for a typical bird. I'm gonna move a little bit more. Was that good? It was good. Look at that. All right. Maybe I'm making some progress on those weird reads. Because I have a hard time with them. I mean, let's be upfront. Man, 511 par 4. Hate these. All right. Well done. 19 feet down. So we're going to gain 6-ish, 7-ish, and 4. So we're going to gain 11. That theoretically puts us at 177. So 11 here puts us at 170 with an 8 iron. So we're going to try this. Man, I don't like this lie. Oh boy, I hope. I feel like I go further, I'm really overcompensating. But I don't think I was. I'm still going to be left, I think. I mean, I did hit closed, so let's be upfront there. So it wasn't a beautiful swing. It was off. Ooh. I'll work for this one. It's not hard enough. I might have had it. I knew it was a little bit downhill as it got near the hole. So in the back of my mind, I was not saying anything, but obviously I was thinking it, and maybe that had an impact that I'm like, oh, I got a shot at the 7 birdies in a row that once in a while comes up and that I never am able to achieve, but still didn't achieve it. All right. All right, I should blow back and distance. Maybe I needed a little bit, but yeah, there is the slope up there. Nice. How close are you gonna get? You're not gonna go in. I could tell that pretty quickly. So I was not getting super excited because I'm like, it ain't happening. That's unfortunate, man, because this would have been 8 birdies in a row if I could have converted that middle one. Oh well, and that's why it's hard, because it's hard. Ooh, a little bit open, stayed out of the bunker. That's the biggest thing. Ah, boy. Long flop. Just seems like that is too much. But I don't know. Maybe not. Alright, well, I did 92, not intentionally, but... Alright, so... we might be at the edge. Come on. Alright, I think it's hanging on. Yep, you can see the slope is pulling away there a bit. Nope. Wow. Alright. Alright, this is an insane round for me. Regardless of what happens on this hole. Like, this is redonkulous. So, everything's been falling. Everything has been working. Like, this is a round for the ages for me. So we're going to go up 12. Alright, this might be a bit long, but we'll see. I kind of feel, again, now the power's down a bit, so we'll probably be a little short. Because I'm like, it feels like I'd rather be above than below, to some degree. I mean, obviously I can't, the ball won't run away from me if I'm below. So I kind of have a bit of a, not enough, a bit of a backstop. Okay. So yeah, I'm not even sure where this ended up, but this was the best round I've ever shot in the recent PGA days. 11 under. So again, it's not up there like, but again, Xander shot 7 under. So again, I shot 7 under before. Xander now shot 7 under. Like, yes, I pulled away from him. And Will is at 2 under, and he's 6th. So this still shows how challenging this course is to the field, even though the field is doing better. It's just not doing well enough to really have the top 10, because I'm thinking the top, like, 10th is probably even, that we're not seeing on there. But, wow. I guess it'd be 11th. That's why we're seeing 9 and then a tie. Right, and the projected cut was 15 over, so I am 33 below the cut. That's insanity. All right, so 104. So again, it's interesting that in TGC Tours I get 72 around, but I only am getting 54 around here. So good amount of followers. So we're getting there. Almost past household name, whatever that is. I don't want him to use like golf, golf god or something. I'd rather not see that, but I don't know what they do beyond some of these. We've already had celebrity, and I think we've had legend at some point. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm assuming it'll be like greatest of all time once you're at whatever the highest level is, but we'll worry about that when we get there. So, I'm going to make the request before I get totally to the end, because once again, I remembered, oh, gee, and all the excitement, I forgot again. And I promise you, I sit on the front tee every time, and I'm like, I got to ask for people to like and subscribe. So I'm asking. I got to ask somewhere in the middle, when we're in the heart of it, and things are exciting, and, more people will be like, yeah, I'll like and subscribe. And then I forget, but I promise you, I remember it at the start of every round, and I feel bad, and there's a little pit in my stomach, like, oh, I failed again. And I failed again, but anyway, before I chat a little bit here, I wanted to make the call a bit early, so please consider doing those things. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm and process. But I would be remiss if I did not share. I mean, yeah, I'm still there's a little bit of a pull of, all right, do I have to up the difficulty a bit more again? Because I'm kind of going crazy. I mean, in the Legends, especially, after the first round, I'm like, wow, I had a good round, but people are right there. I mean, now I'm putting some distance between me and them. Once again, am I going to jinx myself in the last 2 rounds? Maybe. But if there's anything people have come to expect from me, I think, on the channel, is I will speak my mind and I will tell you what I'm thinking. And you can call me a fool for it. I'm okay with that. I got a thick skin, and I get that not everyone's going to agree with me. They'll be like, dude, just shut up, and yeah, you had a wonderful round, and you're overthinking it. Like, this isn't suddenly you've become Tiger Woods overnight. But man, it felt good, like everything, like, and I can't say it was like, oh my God, it was leaps and bounds, like, oh, I understand I did so well because it all fell in and I felt so great. But to some degree, I mean, yeah, it was better, but it was, I think it was just better because I was doing well, and it was just, that makes it more fun. And when you're more fun, you're looser, you're more relaxed. It's like, yeah, this is all working. I'm doing what I know I'm capable of doing. Again, the proof will be in the pudding because, yeah, I'm competing against AI folks that I can set their difficulty and I've toned them down a little bit. They're still not right at my level, versus I'm playing humans in TGC Tours, which is why I love things like that for Sims. Like, if you can be like, hey, we're all playing the same thing and let's see where I stack up against other people in the world, that helps. As long as, once again, PGA Tour 2K25 is not immune from the folks saying the words not coming to me that I wanted to use, the accusations of cheating. The people that are at the top, they're doing something. They've got a contraption they've put on their controller that like guarantees that the path will always be straight. They're using some sort of software that basically futzes with the feedback from the controller and cleans it up and makes it perfect, whatever it is. But TGC Tours says they check for stuff like that. Like somehow they can sense it, they can do whatever. So all I can do is trust that they're doing that, and so I do not assume that the people are cheating, because that is disheartening for almost anybody. I mean, yeah, you can slough it off and be like, hey, there's nothing I can do about it, so these people are just going to win whatever, and I'm playing a game for free. It would obviously be much more frustrating, and I would argue, I suppose, foolish if somehow I was truly spending actual money to compete. Like, let's say, to play in these events and TGC Tours, we had to pay money. I mean, yes, I'm donating to help support and whatever, so I am paying money. But, I'm voluntarily doing that because of the work that goes into just running the whole setup. But it's not like I can turn around and win actual money, and we're getting quote-unquote robbed of that by cheaters. These people are cheating. I kind of view it as fine. You're not cheating anyone but yourself. You want to, in a fake way, in a non-authentic way, put yourself on the top of the leaderboard by using advantages that everybody else doesn't have. Have at it. The only one I would say you're hurting is yourself. You want to boost your fake ego at that point, go ahead. I'm not saying that the people at the top are doing that, but some people do say that. So I'm just acknowledging that conversation is out there. So that's what keeps me kind of, hey, yeah, I'm doing well, but I'm not doing well. And the argument has always been here of folks like the achievements in the game are attached to the career mode. So unlocking those and getting those, which is just, a cute little completionist thing. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm trying to make it challenging, but not impossible. And, but we'll see how we do. So it was a long kind of, spilling of my soul of what I'm feeling in the moment. Because honestly, yeah, I mean, that is an incredible round. I'm not at easy difficulty for me. Like, I'm still at pro, so I still have to execute. I've had several people tell me that when I've been kind of hard on myself of, I'm just playing on pro, of course I'm doing great. And they're like, dude, pro's still hard. Like, if you're doing well on pro, it's not a walk in the park. So don't, you can give yourself some credit. You're still doing well. It's easy enough to screw up on pro. The thing I have seen, though, is, my last 2 TGC Tours events, I think, if I recall, I finished under par for both of those events. That is a first in 2K25. So my game has obviously improved. It just hasn't improved enough that I've got a tour card yet, and it will remain to be seen when we're officially into season 12 in a couple weeks, what that looks like. But that's why I continue to play, I continue to focus, and I don't take any round I play as just a throwaway. I always am trying to learn. So as I talked about with the partial swings, I'm like, I can pull all the way, because I was only doing a partial because I felt if I go all the way to the housing, I'm going to overswing every time. But I found that isn't true. So, and yes, the argument could be made going back to what I said at the start. I want to just execute, I play. I don't put in a ton of time of practicing and whatever. The argument would be like, dude, you could have just practiced and you could have figured that out in 2 minutes. You're right, I could have. So I've spent months, a year, whatever, screwing around with a partial swing mechanic that I didn't need to because I didn't practice. Shame on me. I wasted my own time. I'll own that. I'm not suggesting anything else, and I'm not saying that the people that say I should practice are wrong. It's just not. I don't enjoy that. To me, it's just tedium, and there isn't enough of an ability to, like, if I felt I could hone in with enough practice that I could be a robot, that would be different. But there's still, you get tired, you do whatever. There's still things that happen every day, just like they would on a real golf course. You know, if I play 4 rounds of golf in real life and shoot 72 holes in one day, my swing's going to suffer. I don't care how much I practice because I'm just physically taxing my body. It's the same thing. Yeah, I'm using my fingers instead of my arms to make the swing, but I'm not stupid enough to think there isn't an impact from that. But anyway, it's been a long little bit of a tirade. I do that once in a while just to kind of do a mental dump for everybody. Obviously, I've got chapters on all of these. You'll know that's what this is, and if you listen to it and you're mad at me for going on and on, skip over it next time, I guess, and just get to the part that says wrap up. So here we are at the wrap up, and I'm looking pretty good at where I'm at. I mean, I'm in first. I got a lead. It's not quite mine to lose, but man, we're right on that cusp. And I will see you next time.